Welcome back to another episode of Weebu
Slice
Podcast. You get your weekly anime,
Gaming.
news, reviews, and discussions. Welcome back.
Welcome back, my people.
So, first thing first, we have to get the YouTube stuff out the way. So make sure you like,
Comment.
share, and subscribe to the video. Make sure you like the video.
I know you Ambu watchers out there watching and not at least hitting the free like. Help us out. Get the algorithm.
So, matter of fact, we're actually going to give you guys a moment of silence again to hit that like button. All right, now let's get into the first week topic, which was regarding anime.
Well, hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I skipped over the main thing.
We give it gift card giveaway.
So yeah, before I actually get into the first topic, we do have a giveaway going on right now, and I'm gonna let him take away. So I do apologize for that.
Yeah. So as we were saying, we got a gift card giveaway. We're trying to get to that first 100 subscribers. Once we get to the first 100 subscribers, put you guys in a pool and pick a winner. Get a free gift card. You can buy maybe lunch on you for the family or something like that. So who don't like free bunny? Because we giving it away. All you got to do is subscribe and hit the like. Come on, help us out.
Yeah, and we only 16 subscribers away. So help us get this so we can help you guys out. So I do apologize for that. So let's go ahead and get to the first topic now. So our topic for anime for this week is going to be slice of life recommendations, which you should check out regarding slice of life. I know a lot of our audience out there is not really into slice of life. I know you guys are really into the action.
They like that action.
Yeah, they about that action. And we do apologize, but we definitely got to get to some of the fans who actually want to check out something differently and who's not into action. So I'm going to start with the first show. And the first show that we're going to be describing, or I'll be describing this week, will be Anohana. And I'm going to give a brief summary of it. Have you even seen Anohana?
No, let us know what it's about.
So Anohana is about a group of people, a group of kids that grew up together, right? And one of the, they basically had a tree house, they had a club they would all go to, and they used to hang out. And one of the girls actually died. And the main character, he's the only person who can see her ghost. And she just keep talking to him, and their friends that they grew up with her, obviously, you know, she died and stuff, but he's like the only person who can see her, and they don't believe him for a long time. And he's like, she's with me the whole time. And he's basically trying to get all the old friends back together so they can celebrate her life.
Okay.
And I'm not going to ruin the end for you or any of you guys, but I do give it an A. Dude, I'm not even going to hold you up. It was a tearjerker. Like,
so you out here crying.
I don't cry. I don't get emotional, but dude.
Well, what about Demon Slayer? Then you cry in the theater?
No.
I'm kidding.
That was like a once a year type of deal. I saw this last year when it was finally hit Netflix, but dude, I heard a lot of great things about it, and I finally seen it. I'm like, dude, this is a must watch. I finished, I think it's like a 12-part episode, a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
And I finished it in one sitting.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really good. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but that's the premise of it. They basically they in a club, in a clubhouse, and they basically trying to hang out again like they was younger, and now everybody's older. Everybody got their own life. Their personality changed, because when you grow up, you from a little kid to a teenager, your personality mature with you. So they actually not the same people that they once were. People are stuck in certain ways. Some people actually outgrew the team and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I like the dynamics of the relationship for all the little friends. It's like 6 of them, I guess. Some of them got taller, some taller than the other, like the main character. Like he couldn't recognize some of them, because when they was younger, they used to all look up to like one dude, like the main character. But he got so out of it, like mentally, that when old girl died, he stopped going to school. He stopped doing a lot of stuff. And they like, we used to look up to you when you was younger. Now you just a bum.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. So while we talking about girls,
next topic.
Next topic.
Your boy, I got you guys. So if you looking for something to watch, I recommend Rent a Girlfriend. And it's exactly how it sounds.
Title is self-explanatory.
So, brief premise. There's a gentleman who kind of down on his luck, not too good with the ladies. His grandmother is very sick, and one of her dying wishes was that he would, have a girlfriend,
so
start a family. And then, so he gets the bright idea, well, I'm not good with the ladies and this, that, and the third. I'm going to rent one. Just like the Tinder and the Bumble apps, there's an app for it. And he rents this amazing beautiful girl for the girlfriend experience and to pretty much present her to his grandmother.
And while we on that topic, this is a real service in Japan, by the way. It's literally an app in Japan that you can rent a girlfriend to appease your family. Like, I'm actually doing good because in Japan, 25 is too old to be married. In
Yeah.
Asian,
They call them leftovers, I do
yeah,
believe.
yeah, in Asian communities, like you need to be married and have start working on your family by the age of 25, especially women. And they like, no, you really need to take that serious. And basically what they do is they really try to appease to their elders. So by doing that, they basically rent a girlfriend to basically try to appease their elders. Like, at least I'm trying to do what you want me to do.
Right. So back to the story. Long story short, he ends up bringing this girl to his grandmother, but come to find out she has her own grandmother in the same hospital. So as you can imagine, conflicts start to arise. The big lie starts to happen, and I don't want to give too much away, but a facade ends up happening. So I would highly recommend watching it. I give this one an A. Definitely a good watch, and we are currently waiting on the new season. Hopefully they announce one soon.
I actually watched this show also, and I don't want to I was going to actually piggyback off what you said regarding the story, but I was thinking while you was talking, I don't want to ruin it for our audience who haven't seen it yet. So I was gonna say like the grandmas for their relationship.
I would say don't give them too much. Yeah, we'll give you just a little candy drop.
Hit them with a little Salt Bay a little bit, But I was gonna describe the relationship a little bit. Like, nah, I don't want to get too much away. But I also give it an A, by the way. But I also recommend the show because the show was actually really good. I think it's only a 12-part episode also, so it shouldn't take too much of your time. And
easy binge in a day.
Knock it out the way, knock it out the park. Go ahead and take care of it. So next show I'm going to recommend, next thing on the Slice of Life recommendation is going to be Tonikawa. Basically, this is on Crunchyroll, and basically this guy, he was about to die, and he's about to get hit by something, and this girl literally saved his life.
Tonikawa, over the moon for you.
Yeah, she saved his life, and soon she saved his life. He's like, hold on, what's your name? Who are you? And he basically trying to get on with her, like try to,
You're trying to talk to her.
He's trying to put some game on her. And she like, she got straight to the point. Like, if you're going to talk to me, you got to be my husband. Point blank, period. I don't want
no pass and go, straight to the point.
He's like, I don't want to play no games. I ain't trying to hear it. So he's like, you know what? I would marry you then. And most men, I'm like, really? Like, you really just give it up that easy, huh? But yeah, he basically got married to her, and basically I think they didn't speak for like several months. When he got out of the hospital, they didn't intervene with one another for a long time.
No.
And then he finally saw her again, like, do you remember our promise? And she's like, yeah. So they got married just like that, Thanos, and they started living together. And the whole series basically take off from there. And
the whole series pretty much is about newlyweds making their everyday life and going through the trials and tribulations. I highly recommend it as well.
And my grade for that particular show is a B.
I give it a B as well.
It's not the greatest, but it's definitely a recommend show. A show I will recommend to you guys.
It's definitely a good show. I would say it's a feel-good anime.
It's almost like one of them shows like we always talk about in the previous episodes, how people almost die and they get into a different reality and they like go into video games or they get reincarnated and all that stuff. Your little fairy type of genre.
Oh, isekais.
Yes. But instead of him dying, she saved his life. And I was thinking the whole time, like, how did she get hit? And she was bleeding and all that stuff, and she survived. She wasn't nothing really wrong with her. I'm like, man, how did she even survive? They never described or even explained how she survived that hit, anything like that. But that's before I actually get to the summary of it. I'm just going to leave it at that. We don't want to basically ruin it for you guys, but we definitely highly recommend you should check it out. I think it's a Crunchyroll exclusive. I think it's actually a Crunchyroll original.
I know it is on Crunchyroll.
It's a Crunchyroll original.
And you can also watch Rent a Girlfriend on Crunchyroll as well.
And Anohana is basically on Netflix, so anybody can check that out. And the good thing about Anohana is actually fully dubbed too for my dub watchers out there. So, sir, you can go ahead and take away the next recommendation.
So this one is rather popular with a lot of slice of life people. It's called Golden Time, and this one, it's a tearjerker.
So did you cry?
Oh yeah, I shed a tear.
Pause. You had the audacity.
Oh yeah, I have to give you a hard time. I have to give you a hard time. But
you had the audacity to talk about me. But you said I can
Well,
almost count.
I cried a
Yes.
lot of anime.
I was about to get at them. Like, you talking about me, but I almost lost count how many shows you said you cried about. Like, come on now.
All right.
Go ahead and finish your summary.
Golden Time. This one is really good. So there's a gentleman. His name's Bandai, and he ends up having a accident. You really don't know what happened in the beginning, but he moves to a new city in Japan. Decides that he wants to go to college, and pretty much make something better for himself. But he really has no recollection of his past because he has amnesia. So he goes to the first day of this new school that he has to go to. He meets a gentleman that's like-minded like him, and they become best friends. But the gentleman that becomes his best friend used to be in love with a woman, but he was trying to secretly get away from him, so he didn't tell her what college he was going to, didn't tell her anything about what was happening in his life. But they both show up on the first day, and guess who shows up to the college at the same time as him? The best friend's girlfriend shows up, and she's like, "Oh, I thought you were trying to leave me." And he's like, "I don't like you." He flats out tell her he doesn't like her, he detests her, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with her. So his newly best friend says, "Well, why are you treating her like that?" And long story short, the best friend ends up dating her.
Oh,
and
wow.
as you can imagine, emotions start to fly, and he still has his past that he's trying to figure out. And it's a very balled up jumble of emotions and things going on.
It's like a triangle, a love triangle.
I would say, I don't want to give too much away, but it's a little bit bigger than a triangle, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
And you find out some things about everyone's past and how things are, and it kind of like brings to light, situations in the real world as well. And at the end, you're just rooting like, this can't be it. This can't be it.
And what can we find the show at, sir?
This show is on Crunchyroll.
Does it have the option for dub and sub or just sub?
Just sub, I do believe. So don't quote me, but I watched it in sub, and I think Crunchyroll, most shows are sub.
I got you on that one.
If you do find it dub, more power to you. But I would say get mentally prepared to watch it in sub. So sorry, dub users.
You have been warned. So my show is a little bit different than his.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just not to cut you off, I give it an A.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm like, hold on, I thought you was done what you had to say.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to recommend to you guys is called Your Lie in April. I think the show is still actually dubbed on Netflix right now. And the premise of it is this guy who plays a piano. He's very introverted. He's a piano genius. He's very in depth when it comes to the musical techniques and all that stuff. And he's like, his family pushed him to be a pianist. That's the word I'm looking for. I didn't want to mess that up too bad. And she played a violin, and they actually competed at a musical event, and they met each other, and they started actually playing music together, and they developed a relationship. And the girl, she's very fragile, and she actually have a disease. I'm not gonna ruin the story for you guys, but the show is about their dynamic of their relationship and how they grow and how they play music together, and how they basically the dynamics of the relationship, how they start liking each other, hanging out, and just valuing life. Because like I mentioned, she has a disease, so he's just like doing everything he can to spend time with her and basically maximize the time that she had with him. And I will get a show like an A. We really been saying a lot of tear jerkers recently, and it's another one. Like I said, I don't get too emotional regarding shows.
Hey,
but
some of them just hit you right here. Let us know down in the comments. Have you had a show that just really just kind of just made you feel something deep down within yourself?
I know for some reason it seems like this particular week topic is really hitting the emotion pretty deep, but it's really not that way all the time. And this show is definitely emotion. It's just the way it is. It's really good. It's been years. This show came out like 2015, I think. But it doesn't mean it's not any better or worse than than any other anime that's recently came out. But yes, it is an A. You should check it out. And anybody who check it out or have checked it out, let us know, because it's a must watch.
All right. Now that we're done with that tearjerker, time for another one of my recommendations. And this one won't make you cry. At least I don't think so.
Well, while we talking about that, you guys have been warned. We done with the tearjerkers for the rest of the show. The next two recommendations, his and
Well,
mine.
I can't say that.
You're the tearjerker again?
I can't. I don't want to quote that too hard. But
Well,
this next show is not a tearjerker.
I got you. Go ahead and do your recommendation.
So, Oresuki, are you the only ones that love me?
So what is this show about?
So, as everyone knows, I love the shows with the longer names. And I came across this one. I said, okay, this sounds a little interesting. So, basically, the premise is there's a gentleman named Jorah and another gentleman that is not very good with ladies and kind of standoffish outcast type. But on this particular day, he gets asked out by two different girls randomly, right? You
Is
know,
catch to it?
oh, there's a very good catch to him. One is the student council president, and the other is his best friend.
Okay.
So both of them ask him out, and the catch is he's thinking like, okay, here you go. They're gonna ask me. Maybe we're gonna kiss. Maybe we're gonna do this. They're gonna tell me how they really feel. Hey, your best friend's kind of cute. You think you could hook us up?
Wow. Wow.
And it doesn't happen once, but to both of them. And that's kind of where the story begins.
He got a guy best friend too or something like that?
He has a guy best friend and a girl best friend. The girl best friend asked him to hook him up with his guy friend. But the student council president also wants to be with the guy best friend.
Wow.
So he's thinking this whole time they're asking him out to talk to him, but they're asking him out to talk to his guy best friend.
Wow.
Well, I'm sorry. His childhood friend is the female. His guy best friend.
I got the premise. I got the premise.
That's pretty much the premise. I'm just a little bit excited. But long story short, he ends up helping them both, and that's kind of where the story takes off. And I'm not going to give more away than that, but as you can see, it's a strange entanglement.
Entanglement is the word.
That's a good word.
But nah, that's crazy.
And I give that one a B.
And what can you find the show at, sir?
You can find this show on Crunchyroll as well.
And only sub also?
Only sub.
So what he done with his last recommendation, let me go ahead and get to mine. And like I said, both of that was pretty a comedic anime.
Oh yeah, it's kind of comedy.
And mine, like I said, my next recommendation is also in the same genre. It's pretty to be comedic and be funny. The title of that show is called Hensuki. You want to fall in love with me? Fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie. And this is one of my shows I recommend with an extremely long title. That's usually his thing. But
yeah, I've watched this one too. It's be warned, it's I would say maybe TVMA. It's an ecchi type of anime, but it is really good.
Yeah, so you can find the show on Funimation dubbed and sub, but it does have a dub option. But the whole premise of the show is basically multiple different girls, and the guy is basically trying to figure out if the girl actually like him, and it's like a little underwear game going on. He trying to figure out who left his underwear in his locker, and it's a whole bunch of different girls that can be suspects. They leaving him love notes, and the whole show is trying to figure out who left this underwear in my locker.
Pretty much, who has a crush on me between all these different girls, and as he's trying to figure it out, he ends up finding the deepest and darkest secrets.
Yes,
or pretty much what they're into, and from a sexual standpoint.
So yes, the show for me is A. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoy the intriguing moments and the mystery behind it. Like, who is the girl who actually put this in his locker? Who is out here giving him letters? Who is the girl that actually really like him? Because these girls are sending a lot of truth signals. A lot of these girls are sending truth signals, and a lot of them like, okay, it gotta be her. Nope, it's not her. It gotta be her. Nope, it's not her. And I'm not going to ruin for you guys, but it's not going to be who you think it is. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. You're not going to be able to predict who actually did it. I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to leave it at that. But I know he watched the show, so I'm going to let him give his grade.
I'm going to give it a B because it's good, but I don't think that it's great. I like the drama. I like the premise. I just don't think that it's cutting edge or over the top. So,
well, when it comes to S class, that's when it's cutting edge and over the top. Like, you can't beat S, but I think it's in an A class. I think it deserved that.
Okay. Well, maybe if you could Maybe if you can get more seasons out of it, but unfortunately, the way it ended is pretty much cut and dry. Which most, I'm not gonna say most, but
I
some
think it's
slice of
over.
life.
I think this
It's,
is
it's definitely over. But
It's over.
but I would probably give it a better grade if you could get more out of it.
But it was like,
But the way that it ended, I'm not mad at how it ended or anything like that. I'm just saying,
like they put it on the table like, here, this is it. This is what it's going to be. Take it or leave it.
yeah.
And that's it. That's how it is. It's basically a 12 episode series, and you're gonna take it, finish it up, and then continue on to the next show.
So last show that I'm going to recommend is Saekano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend.
So is this a tearjerker? I did give a disclaimer.
It is.
I thought we was done with those.
You thought wrong. So this one, particularly, it's a feel-good anime, but it has definitely some sadness to it. It's about a gentleman named Tomoya, and he
Get your words out. Get your words out.
What's the word? Otaku type of guy. So he likes anime, manga, video games.
Why you just don't call him a weeb?
But because when you look at the description, that's kind of what they refer to it as, but you can't call him a weeb. And long story short, he has an epiphany while riding his bike. He sees the most beautiful girl, and her hat flies off, and he catches it, and he returns it to her, and he's like, man, I kind of want to make a game.
Oh.
He wants to feature this particular chick. And he finds out the chick goes to his school, and he's into the dating simulation games, and he wants to make a game, and he wants her to be the heroine. So he assembles a team together. He gets a writer who's awesome and good looking. He gets a artist who's also awesome and good looking. He hires a band to do the music and things like that, and then he has his main heroine for inspiration. So he puts this team together to kind of make a demo game and get it ready for, I forget the name of it, but it's pretty much a convention like RE3. And he wants to get this game together to demo it out to kind of, get their name out there. And they go through trials and tribulations. They go through hard times which they can't meet. The team breaking up and fighting with each other. And you just seeing all of these things come to life and play out. And it kind of gives you that feel good, like, man, if you really put your mind to it, you can do something greater and better than yourself. And working together as a team and all those type of feelings. So I definitely recommend this anime if you don't watch anything else. And I give it an A.
Cool. I like that premise. Actually, especially based on the title, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend can be deceiving a little bit based on your summary of the show.
Yeah. I'll
check it out one of these days. And you can find the show where? Also Crunchyroll?
Also Crunchyroll.
Most all your shows came from Crunchyroll. That's what it looked like.
Well, some of these shows you can watch on Funimation as well, but most of the shows that I've watched have been on Crunchyroll.
Gotcha. So we are finishing up with our anime topic. So before we do that, we would love to give some honorable mentions. So here's the
list. All right, guys. Now to the much anticipated gaming news for this week.
So we're gonna be straight up and up front with you guys. E3 is right around the corner. I know we've been talking about that a lot, and the news gonna come down like the pipeline as soon as the news as we get it. But for the news that we have for this week, they just announced a Rainbow Six Extraction reveal that's actually gonna be coming out June 12th. The day of this recording, we haven't seen it yet, obviously. But while we talking about Rainbow Six, did you actually play the previous Rainbow Six, the one that's on current gen, the one that's basically multiplayer driven?
I have not played Rainbow Six since Vegas. Yeah, I think they gave it away for free. I think they gave it away for $10 at one point.
Dude, I own it too. I
heard a lot of good things, but you have to go in with a full squad and know what you're doing. I don't like tactical. Being owned. I do not like being owned.
I know it's very tactical. I know you gotta be strategized, and you get one life per round, so you really gotta be strategic on how you move around. And then I don't got nothing against it, but we more of a running gun type of players.
Yeah.
And You cannot really do that in that type of game.
But props to that game for still being relevant all
Dude,
this time. So
yes, that's absolutely
props
true.
to Siege.
But check out that reveal June 12th. Pretty short game topic regarding that. So we're going to go ahead and just pivot to our next topic, which is No More Heroes 1 and 2 is coming to PC. I know you don't. We both own PCs, but I dabble into them a little bit more than you do. But have you even? It's kind of crazy to see Nintendo driven platinum exclusive games actually coming to PC like everybody else does.
I think they're just trying to expand their brand and get more players to play.
Everybody's going to PC. I think PC is just an isolated audience at this point.
Oh yeah, I can definitely agree with that. You know,
I think all the console people, like, here's this little circle, little ring, you guys fight it out, and then PC's just sitting back there with their shades,
like a meme.
Yeah, saying like they already said they're the master race, so they just sitting back like, yeah, fight you little peasants.
What do you guys prefer? Let us know down in the comments. PC, consoles, both. What do you got?
Most people that watch our show is mostly console gamers.
Oh yeah, well yeah, definitely console, but you never know. Somebody might, prefer one over the other.
I know for a fact I got one friend who's like really, really into PC gaming. And PC game, don't get me wrong, it's definitely what is that when you come to mods and all that good stuff. But yes, No More Heroes 1 and 2 is coming to it. And the good news about it is, even though it's on Nintendo Switch and everything like that, you get it on PC, you're going to get all the bells and whistles. So all the extra frames per second, all that stuff is going to look much nicer, stuff like that. So yeah, go ahead and check it out if you really want to look into it. So I thought this was an interesting topic. I actually beat this game when it came. Beat it like a year ago on Xbox One via backwards compatibility because it was an Xbox 360 game. And basically, it's Bully. Bully got it's on Android, so they ported the Android version over to actually PS Vita. I actually will be putting the link to the GitHub to actually play it on your PS Vita in the description box below. But
wow,
they actually this guy ported over manually, ported over the Android version over the PS Vita. And people actually was playing it.
That's pretty dope.
So I'm like, dang,
kudos to that guy.
Yeah, right. And it was a one-man team, and he basically ported up the whole Android version of Bully to PS Vita, even though PS Vita is a dying platform at this point.
That's definitely a dying platform.
But I just thought it was so intriguing because Bully is, to me personally, it was an amazing game for its time.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a toned down Grand Theft. Well, it's made by Rockstar.
Well, it was like a university.
Yeah, school. You're inside of a school.
Dude, it was so dope. I just wish Rockstar make more games besides GTA. And
so maybe you'll get lucky at E3 Bully 2.
Nope. I do not put any investment to Rockstar. Once I found out GTA 5 was available for 3 platforms, I don't have any energy to put into them. I don't have any type of predictions when coming to Rockstar. If it happens, it just happens. But the only games Rockstar make now is Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. That's all you're going to get out of them. So I don't have any expectations from them.
So, well, moving on, unfortunately for Rockstar.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Next on the list is a PlayStation exclusive that got pushed back. Kina, Bridge of Spirits has gotten a release date. What's that release date, Mel?
The release date is actually coming August 24th, 2021, right around the corner. And yes, it was originally supposed to be a premiere release date with the PS5 console, but it did get pushed back, and we recently just found out the release date, which is in August. And we was basically all looking at some gameplay. I looked at some gameplay when it officially released the video like last February. And for me, we already discussed this. It reminds us of Beyond Good and Evil. The gameplay is like that a little bit. It's like, I can say cartoony, but the gameplay looked like Beyond.
It's kind of got that Beyond Good and Evil third person type of feel.
Even the visual presentation reminds me of it. It's just better graphics because it's obviously for PS5 and PS4. Right. But yeah, it just reminds me of. To be honest with you, I think it's gonna be mediocre at best. I don't think it's based on the trailer I saw. I don't think it's going to be the greatest thing.
I think it's going to be like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So, and I think it's a Sony exclusive too.
Yeah.
But it's not one of them hitters because I know Ratchet & Clank is blowing off the roof right now. Ratchet & Clank is going crazy when it comes to reviews.
I've been hearing about that, Metacritic and everyone saying it's a must play, 9s and 10s across the board.
I've been contemplating, like I remember I had this discussion before, like I'm gonna wait. I'm kind of don't want to wait, but I'm going ahead. I just grind my team like I think I can wait. I think I can wait, but we'll see. If I check it out, I'll let you guys know. But for our last news for the week, is for GameStop. They actually got a rumor going on to basically hire extra staff for June 15th and 16th. That is the exact same day as Nintendo E3 press conference. And since you were a previously GameStop employee, what do this mean to you, sir?
Wow, now that you didn't put me on the spot as a previous GameStop employee, I would say that they probably, in my eyes, I'm only guessing that something
get the
might be
insight.
happening those 2 days that requires more staff. So it could be an announcement, and then as soon as that announcement happens, boom, they have it readily available at GameStop. So I would just say stay on your P's and Q's and stay at the ready. Just in case, even if nothing does happen, just in case, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, and my bad for putting you on the spot. I just needed the insight, the behind the scenes scoop of what's going on with GameStop. Because we went to GameStop recently and we was talking to the lady. And she's like, GameStop do not like having multiple people in the store at one time. They want to keep labor costs at low at all times. So when you see they upped in the labor costs, something is going down. So that's all I was asking, since you know the behind the scenes.
Not a problem, not a problem. And with that,
We will be closing this week's show. Once again, thank you guys for joining us. Once again, I am Master Male, and he's
Nightman
and we are
out.
out.